Alright, I'm back to continue with this. This is how I got so far. I'm going to finish the leaves now. Um, two brushes, one with clean water, dry a little bit so it's damp but not too wet. A thirsty brush as a sponge, and just some um, color here. Let me get some amber on the sides. So if I want to mute the green, I add amber to yellow and the indigo. So this is kind of green I need. Let me see. Do I need that now? No, I'm not ready for the green yet. You can do the green and then do the shading, but traditionally they do the shading first. So let me just use up this color for this back leaves because I got this color already. That's how I'm going to. So the back leaf has a little warm green to it, right? So this is how I do it. You wash the middle with this transparent green and carefully save the water line between. There's a line between the ring and the contour. So you just save that. You see, it should be. It could be all the way to the front, or could be halfway. Let me see. This is it's all the way to the front, right? You can have. It's almost like the freestyle, so I cannot repeat. Actually, I want to keep that stroke. If I want to do it again, just after it dries, don't do it wet into wet. Just keep the feel of calligraphy. That's my preference. The waterline may only on one side, so not on both sides. I think. Let me see. Yeah, it is. So just save the waterline between the contour and the inner part, but don't leave another waterline on this. So the principle is maybe one waterline on each line, on each contour or vein, right? So that's how I interpret the traditional style. And then this part, I can do a little dark in this shady area. Then leave a contour line, like a water line, the white line between the contour and the inner green part. Just fill in the blank. And this part, no water line. Okay. Now this one, it has same thing. Just the leaf. You might have to repeat this because the green may be not dark enough, but don't try to overdo it. Just keep it subtle. It takes up to 9 times to get because every time you can change a little hue or tone, it combines. The combined effect is better than one stroke. Okay, so this one here, we just cover the whole thing. So there's no water line, right? This one, yeah, maybe there is, but not very obvious between the vein. There's a this one right here, the water line along the vein, the water line along the edge. Some parts might, if my feeling is too weak, like the contour is maybe too light, we can enhance it later. We can use the restatement or breakup contour to do that. You can even highlight with gold in some artists. Don't worry about that for now. So this part, this little thing, there's a water line between the two sides. So just do that. I know you cannot see my stroke in the live broadcast because I'm recording it with high resolution, two cameras over there, so you'll see a close-up view in the final product later. We'll make it into a new class, I hope. So you might have lots of questions, they will get answered in the class. Okay, now we're going to do this part, just the lower part of the crescent shape. And you can make some color change later with amber, with a little warmer, maybe here and there. Let me see this part. It's a yellowish, tender spots. Okay. This little bud, we need to shade the middle and leave a water line. That's a nice, very familiar sound you're making.
Oh, is it good?
Yeah, definitely.
I practiced it for a while.
Oh.
Before I did it over my painting because I was afraid of dropping one on my painting.
Yeah, beautiful. That's good. Okay, so just shifting that back. Let me see if I missed anything. I got this. Let me lift it so you can see compared to the original. What else I can do? I see some part here. Okay, this part has to be completed. The stem of this leaf is here. I think I missed the green. Let me just. I have to go back to the opaque side. So let's see if I can do this way. Use a little opaque. I missed this stem.
That little, yeah, I put it in there, but it doesn't.
That's the stem. All right. Okay. Now I'm going to do the shading of the front side with some indigo maybe. In the original the ink was used, so it's so dark. Maybe we can
just do indigo.
Yeah, indigo and amber. That's what I do. Yeah.
Why do you add the umber to tone
make it
down?
like it's grayed.
Great.
Yeah. So just grayed with amber.
Not much. Oh, not much. The indigo is very runny.
dilute the indigo with amber. This time I will just do the center and leaving a white waterline around it. Let me check. Yeah, there is a waterline along one side of that central vein as well. So I get that one done first. So this is a flat wash, not graded. To keep it simple, just to keep it simple. Just create a waterline. That's my, as if you have outlined around the shape that you save it. Okay, and then we add more blue to it, make it this part shady. Oh, I should save the waterline. Oh, very fine one, so not very, because the perspective is as if there's no, because it's turned to the other side, curved to the other side. So this is the far side, the other half of the leaf. The waterline, something like that. So okay. You might want to create a little shade here. So it's not very even. I think that's about it. Okay. And let me do the other large leaves in the same manner with the indigo and muted with a little umber. This one. Okay, this part is really shady, so I've got more blue here for this dip. Right here. And just save a white along the outer side. And oh, that's the other side. So don't save white on both sides of the vein. In this case, the right side will be a white line. So now I have this feeling that, well, be careful with this, because actually you're working to make the back side and the front side distinction. So that's how I do it. All right. Just to even it out a little bit. Now I complete this side with the waterline. This side. So just one stroke. Get that done. Clean and neat. Not very clean, but that's my style. Okay, now this part has waterline. It has some kind of reflected light, so I save a waterline on top as well, because that's how we create the yin yang lighting effect. All right, see this? This is how I do it.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is dark. Okay. this is the front. The front is curved. So all the front is in the indigo to start with a number. Okay, now I do this part. The water line is on the left. Okay. Just the right side is dark green, indigo, and amber. Original masterpiece we used ink as base. That's a classical way doing that. Doing this. Okay, and then continue to this part below. It's very shady. Below door. Okay. Now I'm working on this shady part. Let's get more indigo, amber. Okay.
Is mine dark enough?
You can always go back and enhance it.
Yeah, sure.
I tried to do it in 4 times.
Okay.
You can do it 9 times.
I can do it more.
Yeah. Okay, this way. There's some lines I think I missed. Maybe I should make it up. There's a stem behind. So I have to leave that. And there's a water line here. Okay. There's no water line on this side. And they do on this different side. Oops, I touched.
Petal?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
merge the two.
I've done it. So we can add white maybe.
No.
Oh no?
Yeah.
So you can't cover it?
Yeah, just keep the brush dry. The puddle is really
It's too
hard
late.
to control. Well, yeah, I think if you missed a little bit, maybe you can absorb with a clean brush. Yeah, just a little. That's it.
Whoops. Oh, that made it run like a Mogu style.
Yeah.
It got in the other. That's interesting.
Okay. Actually, what you can do is you can add a darker tone and save it.
Okay.
So you can just treat this present layer as a base. Then you can separate.
That's true.
You can create a dark. That's always the same with watercolor. You can always make it darker and then to height to change. Okay, to correct something. Little detail, very important. All right. So this part I guess is dark. We got this done. Well, this actually, yeah, it is dark. It's another leaf behind, overlapping behind. Oh gosh.
Yeah, that one's confusing.
Yeah,
I think it's one leaf.
It's overlapping.
Yeah, with a
3 leaves stacking together.
Is it 3?
Yeah.
Or is that one leaf with the vein in the middle?
Let me see. I'm not sure. Let me take another look.
I've been trying to figure that one.
This leaf is, I think it's a side view leaf. I would decide on that. it's a side view. You just see the bottom part.
You
of
think
it.
that's what that is? Okay.
Yes, I think so. The more you see this kind of painting, you have some kind of common language or vocabulary, so you will know
What it is.
what's there in the mind. Yeah, that's what I think it is. Okay, so what's this? Yeah, this is the one. Actually, I missed a little green. There's a little green on this side. Let me turn it over. I'll just do it on the front. Just a little green here. Okay, and here's the green. Yeah, this green. Alright, this is green. Okay, let me finish the large picture. We'll worry about this later. So this is yes, front, and the water line is on the left side in this case. Just fill in the blank. That's how it is. Leave the water line. I think the water line actually serves a function to separate the two puddles. I think to keep the foam separated.
To separate the leaves?
Yeah, the sides and so
Oh.
yeah. So you don't get bleach into each other.
Yeah.
And let it become a style. Yeah, that's how it works. Okay, now I create a contrast between the bud and that leaf. Okay, dark first. I better use a paperweight, if it curves. We'll do the mounting later if needed. Stretch it. We don't stretch this silk because this Japanese silk is wrinkle free. You don't need to stretch it. Otherwise, you need to use push pin. Pin it down on the wood frame, or you can use tape on a drawing board, that kind of thing, to make it flat. But we don't need to do anything with this particular product called wrinkle-free Japanese silk.
For the finished piece, do you recommend dry mounting or wet mounting?
Dry mounting. Yeah.
Dry mounting for sure. Okay.
I've done that too with Maribel. She told me
okay.
it's good, easy. And other thing, Hawaii shade. Okay, this dark contrast for sure. Around the white, we use dark gray. Here. Whoops. And after this dry, what we do is we'll use transparent to light yellowish green to overall glaze this. The white would be light. Green instead of a hard white line. It would be muted. Like this, you see the combination effect.
Yeah, look at that.
Two tones create that kind of results. You can still do the gradation or darken, if you want to enhance the shading area, shaded area, you can still do that with more layers of the alternation of graded wash. And by graded wash, I mean like this. I'm doing it just in this area, you pour the edge, so you don't have a puddled edge, like a hard edge. You use the clean brush to pour that. That's called graded wash. Two brush or separate wash. See, this is the separate wash technique. With one clean brush with water and one with color. Okay, let me do this last one, large leaf here. We can get a little more yellow, just to create some color change, maybe. Because this is a tender part of the plant of the tree. Okay. Now I don't have to use this clean brush in this case. Just a simple flat wash without gradation is fine. Just leave a water line between the two sides along the center vein. So you don't leave water line on both sides, just one side to separate the two. And this, okay. And finish this part. I think it's like that. Actually, there's the lighter side on this, and then darker on the more shady side. You can have a little shade there, and on this side, there's little small darks really make difference sometimes, make the contrast. Okay. Oh, I meant to finish this calyx. The calyx has two tones. One is the just this dark green, and then the yellow green, just similar to the leaf, but with more yellow in it. Okay. Just add a little yellow. And maybe we can get a little opaque. Be creative. Okay. So this is the darker side. It could be just in the middle of the shape, leaving some white along one side. Just make a more 3D, whatever feel like make it rounded, the shady part. This. Okay. Sometimes just white line on both sides, some on one side is not fine. Alternating the sides. Dark against the light. Always good idea. Dark against the light. Dark and the light. Okay. This. Oh, here. This is the big helix. I think I got too many lines. Let me see. The stem of leaves. Okay. Let's see if it dries. Okay, while I'm waiting for the leaves to dry, I will do the amber on this tree trunk. Let's finish this part. And this little yellow. Oops. Too fast. Going outside of the line is no good. Let's let's let me change a brush because I meant to do a little texture. We can use indigo and amber. Instead of gray ink, you can mix the three colors. You can even add a little yellow, just make it kind of muddy. To do this shading, the shading on the trunk, the brush. Use dry brush, just like sketching, to create some shadow and the texture. The joints, there's a dark side. They should be dark on the bottom side, maybe you could, just create some 3D effect, some knob, some. Oh, this missing line. See, whenever I miss the line, I confuse myself. It should be separate. It's true. Okay. just a darker shade first, and then we'll do the light amber, pure amber, maybe overall flat wash. Just get a little texture, dry brush texture first. And some shadow could be very dark. We need to make sure it's woody, so it's more brown than green, different than the leaves. Right? So just add more amber to it. You know what? I want to keep the coarse feel, so it's different than the other part of the plant. It's woody. You can see here. Dry brush. Now you can just do an overall wash. I think just like leaving a little white highlight is fine. You get some horizontal wrinkles as well, not just vertical ones. You can have some joints. Like, oops, too much. Too much. Too much blue.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, let me just use that somewhere to enhance the shady part. This little pistol in the center is light green. Oh, here's the other thing I missed. Here's yellowish. Okay, let me put this back. We just add green to this. And now we can do an overall wash on the leaf, etc. Use yellow. Just filling all the blank with this light green.
On all of the leaves?
All the overall is glazing. We call it glazing.
So light green.
Light transparent green, just blue plus yellow. That's the kind of vegetable color. And let me see if it's dry. After this first layer dries, just cover the whole leaf, including the water line. Okay. So there's no gradation, just overall wash, covering everything. Oops, not the back side.
Not everything.
Not the back side. That's too much. Well, I think since I did it, maybe I should just do that. It's okay. All right, for that leaf. So cannot talk.
Sorry.
The whole front side leaves with a transparent yellowish green. That's a mixture of actually I got some amber in it. It just kind of muted.
So you had a number?
It's there because I got this on the palette. Yeah, just like this. You see, this one. Yeah. So just overall wash from the tip down. The tip could be more yellow if you want, and then more blue at the bottom. Maybe that's also possible. There's no rule. You can, if you know the rule, you can always break it. Okay. yellow, yellow, more yellow, lighter than the first uh, indigo. That's fine. So just yellowish green, drop down all the way overall. So I use the whole brush. See, just like that, just like that. Twist to get the shape. Okay, that's it.
Ooh, we really went outside on mine.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way to clean that up?
You can. You mean outside the leaf?
Yeah, it really.
You can add another leaf. There are many ways to do that.
To fix it.
Then you can add background color similar to that.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. Essentially, you can add a green background, suggesting the forest. We just did the branch, and you can use the green wash to suggest the entire garden.
There's always a way to fix it.
Yeah, there's always a way to fix that. Okay, now let me see. Okay, there's a lot of detail I noticed. I still missed some opaque green here and there.
Yeah, the more you do, the more you see.
Yeah. Oh, this is the most important part. This middle pistil I have to finish with opaque green, but with a little more yellow, because this is a very tender part of the flower. You want to have it like that. Okay. I'm still debating if I want to hide the brown outline I use. It's kind of non-traditional, but let me deal with that next after I finish this overall wash with the green. I do go outside. It's fine, I think.
You do too?
Yeah. This is it's okay. Okay, just like that. This leaf, some dark on top. Okay, I think the middle, it's more whitish. You think it's too green? The center pistil? It's a yellow.
It is more lightish, yeah.
It's a little maybe white and yellow, just to change a little bit. That's about it. Okay, I'm going to reinstate the line on the flower, maybe, so it will be not so brown. Just my problem, I think. Okay, so I just use one brush. Maybe. Oh, I need to pour down the white maybe. So just use pure white on the front this time to highlight the edge with a little white. So it'll make it like a more hidden. I don't have to really hide all the outline, but I want to make it more subtle, so it's more lost in the font, not just a continuous line. Does it look better? The the top one look more subtle?
Yeah, a little
I
more.
just hide. Yeah, I just hide.
Just
But
parts of
yeah,
it.
but for this one, I may use dark to define it instead of using white. I just use dark on it.
Oh, as a going up against the.
Yeah, so you
That's
kind of covering that. But you know, some warm in the dark against the dark is nice.
Yeah.
Make it make the blue more blue. That kind of, I just oops. This is I confused myself. What is this?
I'm glad I'm not alone. I'm having issues.
Okay, so just white, pure white. I got blue in brush.
The center is a little confusing.
Yeah. So this is what I do. I can make the gradated whitewash if I want to make the title more. Just kind of pour from the tip down to make it.
Oh, to make it lighter?
Yeah, it's like the white. And you can separate two sides. Maybe just make one side. And just put. So you can do multiple layers. So this part is whiter now because I put white in front.
Yeah,
that's the idea. Okay. If I like that, I just continue with the graded wash with white. So let me see. Yeah. I don't like this line to be too distinct, so I just cover it with white first. Then I can leave it as a white outline, or I can extend that. Just blur the inner side of the line that create a kind of asset, right? Instead of white outline.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, you can do that as well. And I don't like the pencil line I had.
Oh,
so
is
I
it
just
still?
Cover, yeah, I can cover that with some big gouache. Oh, I certainly want to make up this box that I messed up earlier. So this one is nice white, right? This one's white. I want to make sure this little white and this little white comes back. Yeah. That's little white. That. And this is okay. This part. White. Alright. And my focus, where's my focus? Is the center, right? So I do this group, maybe a little more. It's white. The line is does not exist in actual. It's just the turn of the sides, right? So you can use that listing concept. Try to eliminate the line, treat that as a shadow instead of a line. This okay, and just blur a little bit to green. So I bring back a lot of white, recover some, the white I lost in the previous. So you can use the graded wash with two brushes, one with pure white, one with water, to create a gradation from top to bottom like that.
The paint chips dried already for the white.
Oh, yeah, you can use mine.
I did, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I think actually the center could be more white. I mean more shadowy, right? So that the outer side is whiter somehow. But it can be also old petals tend brown, so I can give some brown. Also on the outer part. I just like to make it more like dotted line. Looks more natural to me. That's what I'm doing here. I think just hide a little bit. Hide a little bit. And a little bit. That's one thing. And this one here, it's right here. Let's show that to the audience. And this far, I don't know, okay. Oops, almost dropped.
Oh, that's why I practiced before I use.
Yeah, good idea. Practice before you do this. Then you can know I'm not a good artist if I'm not doing this every day. I noticed the graded wash within the each section, so they're not equal like even wash. And each petal is a graded wash. Okay, I think it's better. Could be even better if you keep doing this until you reach the final result in your mind. This largest here, I want more white. Idea of this painting is to contrast between white and black leaf, like white petal with against black the black. Mine is my interpretation is a little subtler. Maybe I try to reduce the contrast. Not if I want, I still can go back and add the ink shading or dark shading, to bring out more contrast. Let's see. So this dark here. Oops. The brush goes inside the panel. You better correct something after it dries. So don't mess up when it's wet. That's very important. You can easily recover the white when the dark is light. If you go inside the petal, that's what you should do. Oops, just a little waterline here. Well, if you miss the waterline, don't use white. I think maybe you can do it from the back. Let's do that. Use white on the back. It's better than in the front.
Well, to fix
To fix the waterline, if you need. It's here and there, if you have to. Where did I miss? Oh, here. Here's the line.
Oh, that works.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, just put a line on the back, as if you have saved it. So you can cover it up. I think it would be more obvious, more stand out if you mount it.
Oh.
So anyway, if it didn't work, just don't mess with it. So let me continue with all the watermarks. I haven't filled in with this transparent wash. Now the brush we're using usually just very basic, you can use a combination brush, or 3 basic brush, the basic soft brush. This one's a basic stiff brush. I like soft brush because it's it's more flexible, a little more. That's about it, and I will do it overall. Wash on the stem. So I need
Do you
to.
want to do the yellow?
Oh, yellow dots, the ponics. Yeah, that will be the last.
Oh, that's last.
Yeah.
Okay. I almost done.
Okay, until you finish everything on that. Okay, I just do an overall amber wash
On the branch?
on the branch. So just to highlight. I mean, this is flat wash. You already have highlights saved, right? You just fill in all the chunk. Bunch. Do we have anything there? I don't think so. Oh, here. Yeah, I think I was expecting something. Not just under, it should go through somewhere. So that's
It does a little, just a little bit.
a little bit
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
I missed that one.
Yeah, I almost missed it. I think I made it something else, but I'm going to redefine that. And okay, that's how far it goes. Just like across this leaf.
Then it stops.
Yeah. All right. Now, shall we? Okay, I'll take a break and come back with the dots and then do the details on the butterfly.